everybody. Welcome. My name is Judith Taby, and this pick a pile reading is what you need to release at this full moon. So let's do 4 piles. And we ask Universe, what do they need to release and heal at this full moon? Four piles, please. We have a card for pile 1, viewers. What do they need to release at this full moon? Pile 2, viewers. What do they need to release at this full moon? Pile 3, viewers. What do you need to release at this full moon? And pile 4, viewers. What do you need to release at this full moon? One more card, please. Okay. So for pile 1, this is your mandala. Pile 2, this is your mandala. Pile 3, this is your mandala. And pile 4. And let's get some crystals in here as well. So for pile 1, we have the Bloodstone. This is your crystal. For pile 2, sorry about that, I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb, which I've done now. So for pile 2, we have a clear quartz twin. For pile 3, we have the Labadorite heart. And for pile 4, Aquamarine. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. What do you need to release and heal at this full moon? I will see you at your piles. So this is the shuffling part. You can skip ahead to your pile, but I always enjoy watching the shuffling part of it because something always happens. It's interesting. So let's shuffle with intent. What do you need to release and heal at this full moon? Thank you, that was quick. Pile 1, and we have one for pile 2. What do they need to heal and release at this full moon? What do they, thank you. And one for pile 3. What do they need to release at this full moon? Okay, pile 3 and pile, oh, no. Okay, they get 2, pile 4. Okay. What do they need to heal and release at this full moon? Pile 1. What do they need to release at this full moon? cards. Pile 2 viewers, what do they need to release and heal at this full moon? Thank you. And then pile 3. And pile 4. Okay. And then we'll take 2 from each of the tarot. Oh, thank you, 1, 2. Pile 2 viewers, what do they need to release? Pile 2 viewers, what do they need to release? Okay, so I'm guessing the universe is telling me 3. What do they need to release and heal at this full moon? And then for pile 4, please. What do they need to release and heal at this full moon? For pile 4 viewers, what do they need to release and heal at this full moon? So 1, 2, and 1 more. Thank you. See, I was just going to do 2 and 2, but the universe was like, nope, I need 3 tarot. What does pile 1 need to heal and release at this full moon? I guess 1 card for each pile here. All right, what does pile 2 need to heal and release at this full moon? What does pile 3 need to heal and release at this full moon? And then pile 4. What do they need to heal and release at this full moon? What does pile 4 viewers need to heal and release? Okay, thank you. And then what angels can they call upon for help, for guidance? What angel does pile 1 viewers need to call upon for help this full moon? Thank you. And pile 2 viewers. What angels do they need to call upon to help heal and release? Ooh, thank you. Pile 3 viewers. Angel do they need to call upon to help heal and release this full moon? Thank you. Pile 4 viewers. What angel do they need to call upon for help and guidance? What they need to heal and release at this full moon? Pile 4 viewers. What angel should they call upon for help and guidance on what they need to heal and release at this full moon? Okay. So that is everything. Pile 1 with the Bloodstone. Pile 2 with the twin quartz. Pile 3 with the Labrador heart. And pile 4 with the Aquamarine. I will see you at your pile. Hey, pile 1 viewers. You have selected this mandala and the Bloodstone crystal. So what do you need to work on and release in this full moon? This is the Circles of Healing, and this says, luminous grace and spiritual love awaken and emanate through me in a delectable divine offering of hope and healing for all beings. Okay. All right, so we'll get to the angel card last. We have the Mountain. We have Stand Up and Fight. We have Life's a Juggle. All right, and we have the Ten of Earth, the Nine of Air, and the Ace of Earth, and the Two of Cups in reverse. All right, so let's put that over here. Okay, so the Mountain stands eternally in our awareness, calling us toward its peak. It stirs up stoic and regal feelings, reminding us of the long line of spirits, sages, satyrs, and gods that made their humble thrones within its snowy peaks. Beware, though, as the mountain can affect us in two ways. It can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights and peak experience. Yet it can also create isolation, competitiveness, and an inflated sense of self. Standing upon its heights can activate the purist and the perfectionist in us, creating separation from those we deem to be below. No matter how high you ascend, remember that it is within the core of the mountain that the gems, minerals, and jewels reside. If you think it's all about going up, you're following the fool's path and missing the miner's magic. Okay, so going back to here, your card spoke of offering of hope and healing for all beings. So clearly you've been climbing the mountain and its peak, putting yourself up there rather than, and which that is the fool's path. Universe is clearly telling you you need to focus on within the jewels and whatnot, and consider all beings. Stand up and fight. There are times we fight for the wrong reasons. We find ourselves triggered by an opinion or action, reacting first and thinking second. We overreact and see personal attack or disrespect where none exists. We all have triggers, and sometimes those triggers will be with us for our entire lives. But if we learn what our triggers are and are more mindful of how they make us behave, they can have less influence. Sometimes we have to make a conscious effort to dull our blades instead of sharpening them. Learn to recognize your triggers. What sort of treatment or language makes you feel afraid, angry, and reactive? There are also circumstances when the best way to fight is by doing nothing. Be careful not to waste your time and energy fighting a battle that will not bring the change you need or serves only to make an attacker feel more empowered. Remember, we talked about that on the mountain card. Instead, bide your time. Remember that you own your feelings, nor do you require anyone's validation. And then life's a juggle. There's no question that we all lead busy lives. There's always something that needs to be done, and more often than not, there are multiple demands on our time and attention. We find ourselves multitasking and fulfilling various roles and responsibilities. Life has become a juggle, and unfortunately, it's made life a struggle for some of us. We have to accept that we all have our limits, and sometimes we need to say no instead of yes. We need to heed that feeling of being overwhelmed and stretch to the breaking point and ask for help. If no help is forthcoming, we need to adopt a policy of doing less to accomplish more and do things well. It is more prudent to do one task at a time and do it properly than it is to do several at the same time and have to repeat them because mistakes have been made. The last thing anyone wants to do is to have to start all over again because it was not done right the first time. Are you taking on more than you can handle? If so, it might be prudent to lighten your load, lest you end up with egg on your face. So for some of you, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. But for some of you, you're viewing this mountain as those tasks that you have to do. You feel it's unsurmountable, it's unobtainable, that there's no way you can climb that peak. All right, so I'm definitely getting two energies here. One of you who's taken the fool's path up the mountain, and you need to not sharpen your blades and focus on the internal. And for those, so I feel like these are the two different stories I'm getting. All right, so we have the Two of Cups in reverse, where I'm getting bad communication and division. I feel like that's falling under stand up and fight. And then we have, I love this tarot deck because it's, as much as it's, this is the Ten of Pentacles, these have a little different meaning to them. So the Ten of Earth, understand your place and purpose, and do not be daunted by change. And then we have the Nine of Air. Open to possibility. Possibilities are infinite. Know thyself and know the universe. What dwells within you dwells within nature. So again, focusing on the in, that's where the gems are. And then the Ace of Earth. Starting anew. Okay. So I'm definitely getting two energies here. All right, and let's see what angel we have for you to call upon. We have number 23, Angel Gabriel, Angel of Impossible Miracles. Call on me when you need an impossible miracle, and I will set a series of events into motion to bring it about. And I love this. Look at, I'm sorry, my camera's not focusing. Let's try again. Focus. Bloodstone. That's what you selected. Thank you, Angel Gabriel. So I feel like for those of you who feel that you have this mountain to climb and that you're juggling, call upon Gabriel to help you with an impossible miracle. Astonishing surprises. And that's the new beginning. So, I don't want to cover her up though. So let's leave this here. All right, so pile 1 viewers, I want to pull another card, angel card for you, for those of you who are taking the Fool's Path. What angel should pile 1 who's taking the Fool's Path? What should they call upon for help? Okay. And you have Angel Zachariel, Angel of the Apocalypse. Restores the spirit, reveals your attachments, heals emotions. I reveal truth, guide humanity through times of upheaval, and bring souls to God for judgment. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the center because this, and I want to read this again. Luminous grace and spiritual love awaken and emanate through me in a delectable divine offering of hope and healing for all beings. Okay, hold on a second. There's somebody at the door. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Okay. So that Fool's Path, I really feel that you, based on this card, that yeah, I feel like in your, what you need to release in this full moon is this spiritual journey that you're on, this ascension that you've taken. You've taken the Fool's Path, that this inflated sense of self, the purist and the perfectionist, is causing separation with you. Remember, we're here to not only heal ourselves, but to be the light shower, to be the way shower, to help healing for all beings. You know, like, everyone's path and journey is different and separate. However, we can just show by our example this path to ascension, and our light will draw people to us. But it doesn't mean that I'm any better than you are. I'm not above them or below them. We are, you know, it's just, I feel like this full moon, you really need to call on Angel Zachariel and help have him reveal truth to you, because it's, I just feel like it says bring souls to God for judgment. Like, I feel like you've put yourself up on this mountain of that you're forgetting that we're all brothers and sisters together. So for those of you, you need to, you know, stop sharpening your blades and take a step back, because you're going to be judged for where you put yourself, which is not in the correct place. And then for those of you who feel, you know, that are juggling and feel like you've got this impossible task, that it's a mountain for you, it's an impossible task, call upon Angel Gabriel to help you. And she'll put a set of series and events. And use Bloodstone as a, not to meditate, but I just feel like as a calming, or maybe hold on to a Bloodstone when you're feeling overwhelmed. Okay. I hope this helped pile one viewers. If it did, please click the like button If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. I'm always putting out different things. This channel is all things spiritual, so it's not only going to be tarot readings. And I look forward to connecting with you next time. All the decks I've used is in the description box below, along with how you can contact me for a personal reading and other ways you can help support the channel. Till next time, love and light, Pile 1 viewers. Welcome, Pile 2 viewers. You selected the clear quartz twin crystal. And your mandala says, my soul radiates confidence and creative potency to accomplish my sacred purpose. Okay. And then let's see, we're going to do the angel last. Do this one next, and this is the Father. The Seeker's Journey. Fourteen of Air. 21 and 8, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so immediately I'm drawn to the dark and light. The Seeker's Journey. A seeker's journey is one of self-exploration, self-discovery, and self-realization. While on their journey, a seeker will face tests of faith, patience, resilience, and fortitude. They will face their fears and suffer hardships, but they will choose to see an opportunity to learn in every moment. They believe that everything happens for a reason, even when the reason is not apparent or one that is easy to accept. They believe because they understand that every effect has a cause. Every path will offer a reward and consequence. And both choice and circumstance determine the outcome. They wish to learn so they can navigate life with more confidence. They seek to understand so they can make better choices. A seeker has an innate desire to know and understand the mysterious workings of the world and the universe, both the spiritual and the physical. They are curious, questioning. Life, the way it moves us, shapes us, is a puzzle they want to solve, but paradoxically, they are also willing to embrace the mysterious unknown. The destination will be arrived at when it is meant to, and not a moment before. Ultimately, it is the journey itself that matters. Knowledge and growth cannot be forced, for the mind can only conceive what the eyes are willing to see. There will be signs along the way. Sometimes the seeker will see them, and sometimes they will miss them. The journey can be a winding one that has the seeker revisiting a moment more than once to discover something that was not seen or understood initially. Sometimes the lesson offered is not the one that is learnt the first time, or it is offered in stages so the information revealed heals instead of doing harm. Are you ready to journey with more awareness and intent? So she's holding light, a sphere of light. That's what's standing out at me. And there is a butterfly down here, which represents transformation. And this card, this is the Death and Rebirth card. And there's a baby inside that egg. So it's not only about transformation, death, and rebirth. But what's interesting is this card, the Father, it talks about the central axis of the archetypal family. You know, alongside the mother, the Father resides in this central axis. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. The Father energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He's both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone. The champion and the failure. The Father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. So I'm feeling definitely that this death and rebirth signifies growing beyond. I'm sorry, my camera does not want to focus today. Grow beyond this. And then these tarot cards have different meanings. For example, 21 is perception. Knowledge and understanding are limited. Seek a new perspective. So speaking of wanting to know things and learn things, this card comes up saying that you need some objectivity and understanding. Represent yourself honestly and gather all the facts first. Okay. So this is the King of Fire. King of Fire. No, King of Air. I'm sorry. King of Air. I feel with the eagles here, respect the rules, but seek advice of an expert. Being ethical, commanding, precise. And then here you've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is hard work, mastering your craft, and focus, right? So I feel that what you need to do at this full moon is it's time to begin this journey of what your sacred purpose is. And I feel like this, I heal into joyfulness. Some of you, because this is a general reading, and I always say don't force it to fit your story. If it doesn't, let it go. But someone, and that's why I always read from the books, because it helps me learn the cards better, but also because there's a sentence in there that you need to hear. But intuitively, what I'm getting is some of you have to do some healing of your fatherhood issues, because this spoke about being, an absent father. And I feel like you've shielded and protected your inner child from these woundings from this father. But I heal into joyfulness means it's on this full moon, you got to do the dark work. You've got to set out on this journey to do this, some inner child healing with these wounds that were caused by your father. It's time to get to work on that. And for some others of you, you've got a greater purpose here, a sacred purpose. So it's time for you to start that journey that you haven't started yet. And that's why this death and rebirth card is coming through. So the perception card, universe is saying you've got to look at it from a different perspective. The father issues, and then the King of Earth. I'm sorry, the King of Air. Why do I not want to say the King of Air? That's so strange now. I've done that twice. All right, I'm going to come back to that. All right, what angel does pile 2 viewers need to call upon for help? Angel Gabriel, number 34, patron of psychics and students. Clarity. I clear mental fog and doubt and bring psychic insight to your awareness for spiritual and scholastic benefit. So here, this journey of lessons, like it said, seeker of information. Ask Angel Gabriel to help you with your scholastic, with what you need to work on. And Angel Gabriel can help you with clarity regarding this father. Okay, it says stay positive. Communication is what's jumping out at me. So going back to the King of Air. Seek the advice of an expert. So what they're telling me is these birds represent messengers, and I feel like Spirit and Source and Angel Gabriel will be they're the experts for you to seek the information that you need. Okay, so this is definitely a two-sided story here. For some of you, you're dealing with father issues. Others, you've got a sacred purpose, and it's time to set out on that journey. And you're being guided by Source. So both of you need to get to work for this full moon. Either work on your father issues, which will, I heal into joyfulness, which will really bring you to a better state. And then for those seeking, need to go on this journey for their sacred purpose. Get to work on that. And hard work, mastering your craft, like your sacred purpose. You have a purpose here. You have a mission, and it's time to set forth on this journey. It's your turn now. And if you have doubt or any mental fog about it, Angel Gabriel will help you with that. So that's what I have for you, Pile 2 viewers. I hope it helped. Please click the like button if it did. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. That does help my channel. And in the description box below, I will have all the decks I used, other ways you can help the channel, and how you can contact me if you're interested in a personal reading. I truly appreciate you being here. Love and light, Pile 2 viewers. Hey, Pile 3 viewers. You selected the Labadorite heart. And this is your mandala. And it says, my energies are renewed and swiftly magnetize all good things for the happiness, pleasure, and delight of my heart. Okay, so we have the poet. Looks like he's holding a full moon. We have be neutral. Reap what you sow. I'll use the angel card for later. And we have number 18. Number 18 is thought. Have the 9 of fire and the ace of water. Okay. So the poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. All right, be neutral. Now and again, we find ourselves drawn into a conflict or a drama that does not involve us. A friend or group we are associated with might expect or demand that we choose a side. It can be a difficult situation, but there are times when the only course of action is to remain neutral. You are being asked to remain unaligned and independent. It can be difficult to stop ourselves from being drawn in, especially if others question our loyalty. But acting from a place of neutrality is to take the higher ground. It serves you best to remain grounded and objective and avoid pack mentality behavior. Think for yourself. Act for yourself. You need to choose your own path, especially if you have no personal reason to engage in another person's conflict or are friends with both parties involved. Unless we are attacked directly or are standing against true injustice, we should strive to avoid drama, especially if we have a professional reputation to maintain. Stay strong and keep your words and actions gentle. Act with integrity. If you are attacked for not choosing a side, you need to stand in your truth and set boundaries. It may be necessary to make it clear that you will not tolerate being treated with disrespect. Say what you need to say and then walk away. We also live in a society that worships positivity, So many are obsessed with it and have naught but contempt for those who don't see the glass as being half full. But what if you were to see the glass as neither half full nor half empty? Instead of either or, why not see the glass has water in it and appreciate that the water is there? The reality is that the amount of water in the glass will change from one day to the next. To be neutral is to be fluid and allow yourself to flow from one state to the other without judgment. Value peacefulness and contentment more than the unrealistic and diverse dichotomy of positive and negative. And that's interesting, they're bringing me here to this card where this is the thought card, positive and negative. And she's looking at a big cup. Value peacefulness and contentment more than the unrealistic and divisive dichotomy of positive and negative. The choice to see the whole from a more neutral, centered place allows you to see things with more clarity and objectivity. And they're making me feel that you have a way with words, right? So even coming from this negative thought, you're very eloquent with your words. Okay, reap what you sow. To give and receive, energy flows back and forth. Hard work is the most important key to success. It is the foundation on which everything else is built. We can tell ourselves anything is possible. We can visualize, embrace a positive attitude, and believe in ourselves. But if we are not willing to give our energy and invest it in the physical aspects of creation, then we risk creating nothing more than an illusion. The future you wish to create begins to manifest. The path you are meant to walk has revealed itself. It's now time to proceed. However, the way ahead may not be easy or simple. The seed may have sprouted, but there are still lessons to learn and work to be done. That seedling needs to be nurtured and maintained. Both your commitment and dedication are required, as will a disciplined mind. Goals and desires do not manifest simply because you have made a wish. No, they require a fair and equal exchange. What you desire will be equal to what you need to invest. If you truly believe that you can accomplish your goal, then you will also be willing to do what needs to be done in order to make it happen. Armed with both belief and action, you have a greater chance of success. Your beliefs will lead to behavior that results in action, and action is required. As with all things that involve an energetic exchange, you will reap what you sow. And they're bringing me back to being mindful of your words. Okay. So the thoughts card, don't rush your thinking, be certain. Energy flows where attention goes. Be realistic instead of optimistic or pessimistic. And good and bad go hand in hand. So that's just confirming. And then the 9 of Fire. I'm fine, like what's drawing my attention to this card is his third eye is like emanating light, glowing. He's holding a rose over his throat and heart chakra. And his sacral is lit up too. So what I'm getting from this is remove obstructions and restrictions. Give your best every time, but once you've finished, move on. and do not seek praise or affirmation. Now this is interesting how I see two dragons here. All right, let's take a good look at this beauty. It's an exciting beginning. Taking a leap of faith and opening your heart. A new experience or opportunity, and stop fighting your feelings. Okay, so here we have the Ten of Cups. Happiness, divine love, harmony, alignment. So, pile 3 viewers, call on Angel Barbiel, Angel of Compassion. So, having a shift in consciousness. I aid ascension through transformational soul healing and alignment with your higher purpose. So I'm definitely feeling that you, for this full moon, what you need to work on is being neutral. That I don't know if you're an optimist or a pessimist, but shift your consciousness into that neutral. A metamorphosis has to take place. Like she is surrounded by butterflies. And this says October on here, so this is something that you need to work on now. And follow your intuition also is jumping out at me. So this spoke of your heart. This is, I mean, I feel like this dude is really speaking his love and desire, and you have to open your heart. So for some of you, you might have even been neutral about someone, or focusing on the negative or the positive. I'm hearing you have this person coming at you. He's, you know, with the poem in his hand and the poem and a rose in his hand. But you're either focusing too much on the negative. Actually, you're focusing too much on thought, period. And so this card, you know, speaks of about your heart, right? You have to renew your energies and magnetize the good things and happiness and pleasure and delight of your heart. So I feel like some of you have been putting too much thought in someone who's trying to come at you. I usually don't do love readings, but I feel like this is definitely in that. An angel of compassion. So maybe you need to transform a little bit because you've been reaping what you've been sowing. But there's this, you know, this is here ready, waiting for you. So this totally took another different shift, people. I'm sorry. Pile 3 viewers. This is a general reading. And I always say don't make it fit your story if it doesn't. So and this has been happening with the other piles. There's usually 2 sides going on here. So now I'm in the energy. This poor dude, he's been like coming at you. And I just feel like how many times he's recited, or her, I don't know, I'm saying he, but the masculine, feminine, not male or female. He's been, all these birds bring messages, right? So like I'm looking at all these birds here. How many times has this man come to you with showing you his love and desire? But you've just been focusing too much. You've been focusing on thought rather than from your heart space. So you need to work on that heart chakra and look at the big picture, not just, yeah, like with the Ten of Cups, they're saying how many times have you looked, oh, the cup is half full or the cup is half empty, but there's love in each of these cups. Or is it you've had many people confess their love to you? You've had so many offers of love. And it's interesting that it just went down that road. All right, so for this full moon, what you need to work on and heal is you need to get out of your head and get into your heart. Ask Angel Gabriel to help you. Angel of Compassion will help you with a metamorphosis, a shift in your consciousness of how you're viewing this person, or I should just say how you're viewing love. Okay. But then the other part of this pile, what I spoke of earlier. Maintain being neutral. Okay. I hope this helped. Please click the like button if it did. I'm very curious as to which path your journey is. Let me know in the comments below. In the description box below, I have all the decks I've used, how you can help support my channel, and message me for a private reading. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does help. Just clicking on that subscribe tab really helps my channel. Please share these videos, and I look forward to connecting with you next time, Pile 3 viewers. Love and light. I just also remembered, Pile 3 viewers, this Labadorite heart looks like a black heart. So for those resonating with that story of all the suitors and people professing their love to you, I just felt like if you selected, that's because your heart has been black. It's time to get that heart red and pumping, do some heart chakra healing, because we don't want you to continue with the black heart. Hey, Pile 4 viewers, you selected the Aquamarine. And your card says, I naturally attract a deep soul nurturing grace through an unconditional trust in the loving spiritual intelligence of the universe. Okay. So we have the flame. The bridge. Love your inner child. 12 of fire. The youth and the maiden. Number 3 and 2. And we'll get to these in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to start with this card, Love Your Inner Child. We all possess a child aspect. That part of our psyche is the vulnerable, sensitive, and carefree child who still feels awe and wonderment. The inner child is the source of laughter and play, the aspect of our psyche that inspires us to jump in puddles and see animal shapes in the clouds. If a child is taught to fear, the adult they become may harbor a wounded inner child aspect. As a direct consequence, they could develop a range of maladaptive behaviors in order to cope. They do harm to themselves to avoid remembering. They can grow to become perfectionists or people pleasers to whom the words sensitivity, vulnerability, play, and nurturing are anathema. To ask for help is considered a weakness to someone who will only ever show strength. To work with one's inner child, to be asked to revisit the past, takes courage, especially when it requires looking at our relationship with our family or primary caregivers. Understand this is not about blame, but accepting that a child is not responsible for a parent's actions or behavior. Shame and guilt are not a child's burden to carry. It's time to put that burden down. This is a card of choice, opportunity, and healing. It is your choice whether you look back to seek answers, but even if you choose not to, it is an opportunity to parent your inner child in a healthy, loving, and nurturing manner. It is also a gentle reminder to make time to laugh, play, and see the beauty and magic that exists in the world around you. So, immediately what's jumping out at me are these two cards. Because the Maiden speaks of, let me focus this. The Maiden speaks of following your dreams, discovering your passions, focus on self-discovery. And the Youth quest for adventure, lives in the moment, actions without thought, adventure, new horizons, freedom. So these two cards right off the bat are clarifying this card. Put it where you can get a good look at all of them. We got flowers, we got a rabbit, got some mushrooms, there's a wolf here, and he's ready to go on his journey, and she's on the journey. Loving your inner child. And this the unconditional trust in the loving spiritual intelligence of the universe. Like, I feel like the bridge is representing your connection to source. So remember this connection, that you are loved, you are guided, and you are meant to find your joy and your happiness, hence the rainbow. So universe is saying for this full moon, it's time to ignite that fire within you. Oh yeah, so the 12 of fire is called the Hero of Fire. And it's a guardian, a protector, a person of noble qualities. So I feel like universe is like for you to go on this journey and loving your inner child and doing all these things, whether it go get ice cream or go play miniature golf, whatever, igniting this fire, you are protected, you're safe. All right, what do we have here? The Knight of Cups in reverse. So there's been disappointments and avoiding conflict because of these wounds that you've had. So you need to call upon Angel Jophiel, the beauty of God. Appreciate beauty, follow your bliss, joyful, fulfillment, live authentically. Expand your consciousness by taking time to appreciate beauty and revel in the lusciousness of all creation. So this is number 15. So pile 4 viewers, let your being ignited to start your inner child healing. Know that you're being, I'm sorry, my camera just keeps going out of focus. Know that you're being protected. You have a guardian that is protecting you. You're safe. But it's time to follow your bliss. Go on these adventures, because you've been in this energy of disappointment and turmoil and avoiding conflict. We want to get you into beauty and creativity and romance, that Knight of Cups energy, but it's blocked right now because you've got to work on your inner child, and Angel Jophiel will help you, so call upon her. Okay. I hope that helped Pile 4 viewers. If it did, please click the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It's just a click of a button for you, and it really helps me out. In the description box below, I will have all the decks I've used, other ways how you can help my channel, and if you are interested in a personal reading, we can go more in depth of some inner child healing. Otherwise, I truly appreciate you being here. Feel free to share my videos. If you haven't, there's a spiritual story time playlist on my channel. Please check that out. That's something new that I've started doing. And I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and light, Pile 4.